Good morning, Hojo staff, students, and families. Today is Thursday, August 27th, and we're ready to start our day. Yaateyabin, everyone. Please stand. Place your right hand over your heart. Our voices are off. Bodies are still. Eyes on the flag, standing respectfully. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Well, good morning, everyone. Ready to start our day today. So let's start with some music. Let's start with a piece that we learned at the end of last year. And here we go. Tell me what we're listening to. Okay, friends, what were we listening to? You've probably heard it on TV for commercials. Hopefully it wasn't a toilet paper commercial or something, because it's a beautiful song. And the name of it was, do you remember? On the Beautiful Blue Danube, or Blue Danube Waltz. And it was by Johann Strauss II. Yes, Johann Strauss II. Okay, friends, let's see the one that we've learned this week. And we're listening to Beethoven's Fifth. That's right, Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. So hopefully you learning that this week, and so I could pull it up in a couple weeks and play it, and you would remember. Like, for example, if I did this, what's this one? What's that one? That's right, Mozart's Eine kleine Nachtmusik, or Serenade number 13, either one, yes. All right, for art, we've been talking about an artist, French Impressionist artist this week. This was a piece that he painted, and his name is Renoir, right? Pierre-Auguste Renoir. And this one is entitled Two Sisters, right? All right, who remembers this one from yesterday? Also Renoir, and it is the girl with the watering can, right? Remember how we said, look at how similar the coloring is and the style? Yep, that's Renoir. And so that we don't forget, Washington Crossing the Delaware by Emanuel Leutze. That's right. Okay, we talk about architecture being a thing of beauty. So we're working on building our new school, and right now we're clearing out, because we're going to do a remodel of the new school, which was a school previous to us taking it over, but we're going to make it a Hojo school. So it's going to be a little bit different. Lots of things are going to be happening. but right now we're just in the middle of getting it sort of set up. So the school we're in right now, probably not as much a thing of beauty, but the one that we're going to go to will be a beautiful piece of architecture when all is said and done. And so we're learning about some architecture being forms of art, and this building, very important to our nation. Where is it located? Washington, D.C., and the name of it is U.S. Capitol Building. And what happens in here? Our legislature meets, Senate on one side, House of Representatives on the other, and they come together to make the laws of our nation based on our U.S. Constitution, what's the point of our Constitution? Why do we have these laws? In order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. Right? So we're going to talk about the preamble again. I know some of you already know it, but we have lots of new friends who are just learning it for the first time. So for our poem of the day, or for the week actually, it's called Humanity by Alma Stuckey, who is an African-American poet. And this comes from the group of 4th grade poems. So if you were in 4th grade this year, or if you were in 4th grade last year or the year before, you've memorized this poem. And if you were in 4th grade this year, you would have memorized this poem. So we're going to do a 4th grade poem this week, Humanity by Alma Stuckey. If I am blind and need someone to keep me safe from harm, it matters not the race to me of the one who takes my arm. If I am saved from drowning as I grasp and grope, I will not stop to see the face of the one who throws the rope. Or if out on some battlefield I'm falling faint and weak, the one who gently lifts me up may any language speak. We sip the water, clear and cool, no matter the hand that gives it. A life that's lived worthwhile and fine. What matters the one who lives it. So we're all humans, since all time. There are things that make us similar. Someone who lived in ancient Greece, someone who lives in Greece today, someone who lives in the United States, someone who lives in South America, Australia. There are some things that make us all the same, and those things can be found by studying literature and history and the greatest books and pieces of art and pieces of music that have lasted for centuries and have become our classic pieces of work, classic pieces of art. So whether it's in literature, art, music, those things that have survived the test of time are those things that tell us something about humanity. Because if there's a book that was written 100 or 200 years ago or more, and we're still reading it today, there's got to be something about that relates to us. And if anybody has read Shakespeare, and that's why we read Shakespeare, we start that in 5th grade here at Hojo, because there's something written in between the 1550 and 1600s, before people even were settling in the United States. In England, there are plays being written that are still very popular today because they tell us something about being a human. So that's what we want to learn at Hojo. What does it mean to be human? What does it mean to be a good human? How do we be the best human that we could be? Those are the things we're going to look and learn. No birthdays today, so happy unbirthday, everyone. Oh, I just came across this. I'm going to back up a little bit. Tell me what I'm looking at here. Washington Monument. That's right. We're going to learn all these things. Okay, friends. We are still taking our test. It's a struggle. It's a struggle to take those tests. 2nd grade through 7th grade. It's not easy. But make sure you are independent when you take that test, because this test is the beginning of the year test, and we want to see how much you learn this year. So try not to get too much help. I know you might need some help logging in to get on the computer, or you might need some help with some directions, but taking the test, do your very best on your own so that we know how to measure how much progress you made when we take this test again at the end of the year. Because if you have help right now and then you don't have help at the end of the year, then it might look like you are doing worse at the end of the year because you didn't have the extra help. And that won't help us figure out how to help you. So the point of the test is to show us what we need to teach you. So just do your very best. And thank you for your patience, families, as we roll that out. It's not easy to do. There's lots of things that make it a challenge as far as technology and the way that our computers have these different websites that we have to synchronize together in order for us to make this happen. It's more than I mean, when I was born, I had a TV with 2 channels. So, you know, no internet, no computers, all that. So a lot of that is beyond me. So lots of moving parts. So I appreciate everybody's patience as we work through taking this test, doing the best that we can with it. It'll all be behind us soon and we can move on. Don't forget, September 8th is the first day that we will be having students come to school. If you've signed up for that time, we'll be sending out some schedules next week. Starting on Monday, our content will start. So up until now, we've been practicing, learning some things relative to the different areas. So if you were learning something about science, you were logging into science. Learning something about literacy, you were logging into that. But now grades are going to start on Monday the 31st. So we're going to be going a little faster, a little more intense with the work and hopefully everybody will have their hotspots and Chromebooks next week so we can do that. So just move ahead, just do one thing at a time. If you feel, lots of people calling me saying, I feel like I'm way behind, I don't want to be behind. It's okay, because we're really going to start on Monday with things that are gradable. So anything that's posted right now, it's been for practice. Now, starting Monday, we are going to start collecting information for grades. So you can log in, do all the practice stuff so that you're ready, and then start for Monday with the material that we're going to learn that will give you your grades for the first quarter. And you just start one thing at a time. Don't jump in the middle of something. I've asked teachers to not do that, to make sure that you just do lesson 1, then lesson 2, then lesson 3, and you're kind of blocked out of those other lessons until you finish the first lesson so that we don't have confusion and jumping around. We will try to make our Canvas site a little more streamlined. As we get used to using it and see how it works best, there may be a little bit of change in order to make it more user-friendly. So we're all working together to try to make this year tolerable and get through so that we can be together again in some point this year perhaps, or definitely next year, so that we can get back to the old ways of doing things. I really miss seeing some kids on the playground. I sit right here in this empty playground. It's really sad. I wish we had some friends out there playing and having a good time. One day we will again. So that's all we have for today. So let's do our student pledge. I will do the good, I will learn the true, and I will love the beautiful. And I hope you have a great day today.